Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're unpacking something really fascinating, I think. It's in the mobile tech space. We're looking at how sometimes, user groups that get overlooked can actually spark some really clever solutions. You might end up rethinking something as basic as, well, typing on your phone. So, our subject for this deep dive is Lefty Keyboard. It's the first keyboard for iOS that's Apple's system built just for left-handed people. And our mission, really, is to figure out the problem it's solving, what makes it unique, its features, and maybe its bigger impact on design.
Yeah, and it's more than just like a niche product, isn't it? It really speaks to thoughtful design for a community that's often, frankly, underserved. Lefty Keyboard isn't just a fix, it kind of hints at this bigger idea. Designing for the edges, like lefties, can actually lead to better design for everyone. And when you think about it, 10% of the global population. That's a huge number of people potentially benefiting here.
10%, that is startling, yeah. So why have they been overlooked for so long, and what exactly are the pain points with a normal keyboard for lefties?
Well, that's the thing. It's not just minor discomfort. It can genuinely mess with your workflow. Standard mobile keyboards, they're built with right-handers in mind, period. So for lefties, that means slower typing, kind of awkward hand positions, maybe even hand fatigue if you're typing a lot. Most major keyboard apps, they just kind of ignore this. And think about positioning the cursor precisely. Often, you have to lift your thumb right off the keyboard, tap and hold on the screen. It breaks your flow constantly. It adds friction, especially if you're trying to use your non-dominant hand or just type one-handed. It's like trying to use right-handed scissors when you're left-handed, but, for typing all the time.
That scissors analogy really hits home. It's funny, you don't notice these little frustrations until someone points them out and offers something genuinely better. So Lefty Keyboard comes in, promising this keyboard built from the ground up for lefties. How does it actually tackle those ergonomic issues?
Right, so the core idea is making it feel natural, comfortable. The left-hand optimization is everything. The whole layout is designed ergonomically. Keys are placed for an easy left-hand reach. They actually claim it can boost typing speed by up to 60%.
60. Wow.
Yeah, because your fingers just don't have to travel as far. And it's really good for one-handed use. When you're juggling coffee or a baby or bags.
Oh, definitely. Been there. Trying to type a quick message while holding something. Typos everywhere. But what about fixing those typos? Or just moving around in the text? Is there a smart fix for cursor control too? Because for me, that's often the biggest mobile keyboard headache.
Absolutely. And this is where I think Lefty Keyboard gets really interesting. They have this spacebar cursor movement feature. It's super intuitive. You just hold down the spacebar and drag your thumb left or right. The cursor moves character by character. And if you need to go faster, like jump between words, just do a faster drag. It switches to word-by-word navigation instantly. Great for editing. You get visual keys too. A blue highlight, the word cursor, appears so you know it's active. Plus, haptic feedback. That little vibration helps you feel the movement precisely. They've even specified the sensitivity, like 20 points of drag for a character, 60 for a word jump. It's really quite fine-tuned. It avoids that whole lift your thumb, tap and hold dance you usually have to do. Much more precise for editing emails or documents on the go.
That's fascinating because, okay, it's obviously great for a lefty typing one-handed, but that kind of control, that feels like something anyone could benefit from. It really shows how designing for one group can spill over, universal benefits. But I noticed it's not just about left-handedness. It seems to have a pretty global focus too. Tell us about the multi-locale support.
Yeah, they've really put thought into international users. It supports 9 locales in total, so that's 8 different English variations.
Yeah.
US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, India, Philippines, South Africa, Singapore, plus Turkish.
Wow, quite the list.
Right. And it automatically detects your region when you first use it, which is handy for setup. Switching is easy too. Tap a button to cycle through English locales, or tap the globe icon to swap between English and Turkish. But here's a really clever bit. The currency integration.
Ah, okay.
Regional currency symbols, the Indian rupee euro, Philippine peso euros, South African rand R, different dollar signs. The Turkish lira euro, they're always visible on the bottom row, just one tap to insert them. That's huge for people in India, the Philippines, South Africa, millions of users dealing with local currency daily. And for Turkish users, you get the full character set, like üç.
That level of regional detail, especially the currency, is pretty impressive. That's not just a small tweak. For business users or anyone dealing internationally, that's a real time saver. With all that packed in, though, how do they keep it, running smoothly? And what about privacy?
Good question. They seem very focused on privacy and efficiency. There's absolutely no data collection.
Huh.
What you type stays private. It works completely offline, no internet needed, and it doesn't ask for full access in iOS settings, which respects security boundaries.
Yeah.
All the processing happens right there on your device. Keeps it lean, keeps it fast.
And it covers all the bases for input, right? Letters, numbers, symbols. I think I saw emojis mentioned.
Yep, over 200 categorized emojis. It integrates smoothly with the system, works in any app. Oh, and there's an advanced delete function, long press backspace for rapid deletion. Another little efficiency boost.
Nice. And compatibility.
Pretty broad. iPhone 6s or newer, needs iOS 17.0 or later. And the app size is tiny, less than 12 megabytes. Impressive for what it does.
So a very efficient, feature-rich, and private keyboard then. It feels like these features add up to more than just convenience. Let's zoom out. What's the bigger picture here? What does this all mean for, our listeners and maybe for tech design overall?
Well, the impact is pretty significant, I think. First, obviously improved accessibility, a much better mobile experience for left-handed folks. But also, that global reach and cultural awareness supporting over 500 million English speakers across those 8 regions with the right currency symbols. That matters. It directly leads to increased productivity, less fatigue, faster typing, comfy typing, precise cursor control, less hand strain. Ultimately, it's about better inclusion, making technology that actually works well for everyone. What really sets it apart from standard keyboards is that unique left-hand optimization, the spacebar cursor control, the multi-locale support, and those one-tap regional currencies.
It definitely feels like a fundamental rethink, not just adding a feature, and it sounds like it's been evolving. What's the journey been like and what's next?
Yeah, it's clearly been developed iteratively. Early versions focused on getting the core left-hand optimization right, adding Turkish support. Then came version 1.2 with that expanded multi-locale and currency support. Version 1.3 was a big one, introducing the advanced spacebar cursor control we talked about. And the most recent, 1.4, added things like double tap shift for caps lock, brought in UK and China English locales, plus some small UI tweaks. They're definitely refining it.
Okay, so steady improvements. What about the future? Any hints?
Oh yeah, the coming soon list is quite exciting. They're teasing a text selection mode using a vertical drag on the spacebar.
Ooh, interesting.
Also haptic feedback settings, voice input, more languages. German, French, Spanish are mentioned, custom themes, iPad support, and even cursor speed control.
Wow, sounds like a packed roadmap.
Definitely ambitious. Shows they're committed long term.
So who exactly should be checking this out? Who is Lefty Keyboard really for?
Well, the obvious group is left-handed iPhone users wanting more comfort. But also international users who need those specific currency symbols easily. Anyone who types one-handed a lot. Maybe even users with some right-hand mobility issues. Multilingual users, especially English, Turkish. Business folks needing regional currencies. Anyone who does a lot of precise text editing. Power users, really. The potential market is huge. They estimate over 800 million left-handed users globally in just the regions they currently support.
Yeah. Okay, and if someone listening thinks, yes, that's me, how do they get started? Is it complicated?
Nope, super simple. First, download Lefty Keyboard from the App Store. Just search for it. Then you need to enable it in your iPhone settings. Go to General, then Keyboards and Keyboards. Tap Add New Keyboard and select Lefty Keyboard. After that, whenever your keyboard pops up in an app, just tap the little globe icon to switch to Lefty Keyboard. And you can customize the specific English locale by just tapping the locale button on the keyboard itself. And definitely try that pro tip hold and drag the spacebar to move the cursor. It really makes editing much easier.
Perfect. So there you have it. Lefty Keyboard really seems like a standout example of tech that gets it right for a big group that's often been an afterthought. It's about making that everyday phone interaction smoother, faster, and just better, more inclusive for millions.
Absolutely. It really underscores the impact design can have when it's truly inclusive. It goes beyond just comfort or speed. It fosters a sense of belonging in the digital space, and it leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? What else could technology achieve if it genuinely considered everyone right from the start?
A powerful question indeed. If you want to learn more or try it out, search for Lefty Keyboard on the App Store. The developer is EEU Apps. We hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights into a really smart piece of inclusive design.